Hey y'all, I wish I could say this was clickbait, but it really wasn't. It was quite scary, and I decided to wait until the threat was completely gone to tell all of you what was actually going on. But yeah, essentially, we almost lost the Tailosive network, and it's partially because of arrogance, I guess, in the EV community. But it is quite a whirlwind, and it caused a whole lot of stress and anxiety long before the pandemic set in. This was before that, and it definitely has forever changed the way I will look at YouTube. But yeah, I haven't done a vlog in a while, but a lot of these vlogs critique YouTube systems or the way YouTube treats its creators. This is gonna be another one of those videos, because essentially what happened was, you know, the EV channel has been doing pretty well. I was making some more EV videos, wanted to talk more about them, so I was diving into some more subjects. I got into the Tesla Semi, I talked about the Model Y before it launched, and for whatever reason, you know, I'm editing these videos exactly the same way I edit Tailosive Tech videos, which, you know, I show myself talking, that's kind of the A roll, and then for B roll, I show some cutaway shots that I pull offline just from Googling stuff or looking around on different websites and just finding pictures I like, and I just throw them in the video because fair use, right? As soon as I bring up fair use, I know a bunch of you already know where this is going, but yeah, essentially there's some people in the EV community that will remain nameless because I don't want to have them get called out, and I don't want to get people running after them and having them come back at me. So that's not the point of this video. It's not to create drama. It's more so to blame YouTube for how they set up the system. So let's focus on that. Let's not name names at this point. But essentially, I wanted to do a video talking about the Tesla Semi, and I showed a photograph of a charge plug that someone found on the side of a Tesla Semi. And this was posted by someone somewhere who was at the Tesla Semi event way back in 2019. Wasn't even that good of a photo. It was like very quick, very brief, you know, photo taken off a smartphone. And I just wanted to refer to that when talking about the Tesla Semi. And this photo had been plastered on so many different websites, and there were so many different ways to find it that there was not really a source. It was just kind of out there among the, you know, endless stream of photos that exist on the internet. And I used it in the video, and that video got a copyright strike. I had never seen this before. I had never been aware that you could use a photograph in a video and get a copyright strike for it. So I thought something must have been up, because typically in the past, you know, I've never had a copyright strike before. And I've shown footage, I've shown pictures of all kinds of stuff. I've just Googled online and used them in tech videos for years. I've been doing this since 2015 and never received a copyright strike. And the EV channel at this time was not even particularly too big. Not even really that big right now, but it got a copyright strike, which scared me because I felt like it wasn't justified. To me, copyright strikes are typically for, you know, channels that are just re-uploading other people's content or pirating content from a Netflix or, you know, Apple TV or just some service, and they're just reposting it. It's like, okay, you're taking someone's intellectual property and you're reposting it and you're trying to get views off of that. Okay, that's not necessarily allowed. YouTube doesn't want to endorse that. So yeah, they give copyright strikes to people who just, you know, live stream SpongeBob 24/7. Doesn't really make sense if I'm the one making the whole video and the subject, and I'm the majority, you know, over 90% of what the video is, and I just want to show a picture of something that's on the internet that anyone can access, that's been reposted dozens of times. I'm just saying, hey, let's refer to this charge plug. Here's a photo of it. Well, the person who copyright striked me did not really know what they were doing. I don't think they understood how the copyright strike system worked, because I reached out to them and said, hey, I didn't know that was yours because I got it from a website that didn't credit you either. So I was just pulling it off the internet, and if you remove the copyright strike, I'd be happy to credit you. So this is not how the system is supposed to work, but I wasn't gonna be angry or mad with the guy because I was just trying to be reasonable. I was just trying to level with him here and just say, hey, you know what? I don't think that deserved a copyright strike, but if you want credit, I'll credit you. It's not a problem. So it took a little while, but I finally got a hold of the guy, and he said, yeah, you know, I was just kind of copyright striking a bunch of stuff that was popping up in the copyright section that YouTube gives creators that have a certain number of videos. They'll let you look at all of the matches they happen to find. And I don't know how he matched a video that just briefly showed a photograph like that, but he said that he would happily remove the strike if I credited him, which it kind of defeats the point. You know, you're not supposed to really give copyright strikes just because someone isn't crediting you. If you're issuing a strike, it's because you don't want that video to exist. exist, because a strike doesn't just claim the monetary gains of that video. A strike takes it down, penalizes the channel, and says, if you get 2 more of these strikes, we will delete the entire user's account. Not just that one channel, any associated channels. So obviously I acted on this pretty quickly because copyright strike is kind of serious. So reached out to him. I knew right away that the guy just wasn't really sure what he was doing. So I said, yeah, don't worry about it. Just please have the strike removed. I'll credit you. We'll work this out and I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. So he reached out to YouTube and tried to get the copyright strike removed, and YouTube took their precious time. And it was like several weeks into the copyright strike and it was still active. It had not been removed yet, so we just figured YouTube must be acting slow. Whatever, I just take my time, be patient. But then the real scary part sets in. Another channel that copyright striked a second video on Tailosive EV that literally showed a 5-second clip of a Tesla Model Y that was spotted in a parking lot, okay? You know, copyright strikes, if you want to get into the debate of, hey, you're stealing intellectual property or you're not crediting someone, there's a whole debate to be had there, and I'd be happy to have it. But to act like someone is stealing like your livelihood or your job by showing a video clip of a car that was spotted in a parking lot, it's not like he put hours of thought and time into this video. He literally just drove through a parking lot, saw Model Y, filmed it, and posted it on the internet for everyone to see. And it got reposted by dozens and dozens of Instagram pages and dozens of websites. And yeah, by the time most people end up seeing it, they don't know who the creditor is. And also, why should they care? No one's gonna see like a smartphone video of a Model Y in a parking lot and be like, that was so well shot. I want to see more work from that guy. It's not like he's losing his job. It's not like he's losing revenue or income by having other people show that video. And another person who's been doing EV videos, Ryan Shaw, who was doing compilation videos. Something as harmless as compilation videos, right? Isn't that what like half of YouTube is? He was simply just posting Model Y sightings. That's all he was doing. Just any Model Y that was being cited, he would compile them in a video, and he was crediting all these people. He was trying his best to track down the source, and he credited this same guy that gave me a second copyright strike. And since that video appeared in 2 of Ryan's videos, Ryan Shaw, within 1 day, pretty much got 2 copyright strikes. And now I have 2, one that wasn't justified, and another from a different person, but also not justified. Now, if you're unaware of how the YouTube system works, if you get 3 copyright strikes or 3 community guideline strikes, that results in a deletion of not just that channel, but all of your associated channels. And from what I read online, it can also result in an IP ban, meaning that if all of your channels get deleted and you try to start another one, they will register that it's from the same IP address, or as soon as you try to apply to the monetization program, they will deny you because you've been blacklisted as someone who's abused the copyright system. I did a video on the Model Y that was 10 minutes long, and at the very, very end of it, I was just like, and Model Ys have been spotted, by the way, and I just showed that video because I'd seen it a million times all over Instagram and websites. It got copyright strike. The whole video was taken down, and the clip was literally like 5 seconds out of a 10-minute piece. And the real crazy part is that the guy who copyright striked Ryan and me and so many other channels that used that footage, by the way, he started reaching out to them saying he would remove the copyright strike for $500, which is actually extortion. It's not the way the system is meant to be used. So he basically uploaded this video and wanted to collect $500 a pop from every channel he gave a copyright strike to. My frustration here comes from YouTube allowing other channels being to copyright strike other channels that are barely even pirating something. You know, I've issued copyright strikes in the past, but it's only to people who are legit just downloading my entire video and re-uploading it again. No changes, no edits. They didn't do anything to it. It's literally 100% of my video just reposted with a different title and a different channel description. That's one thing, okay? I understand giving a copyright strike if someone's just stealing your work and re-uploading the whole thing. But if someone's just trying to make a point and trying to make their own video and they want to refer to a clip that's a couple of seconds, then I don't think that should be considered piracy, or someone's, you know, taking down your entire livelihood, that you need to punish this channel. And YouTube just lets like nobodies do that. They let just anyone do that. So after seeing how they handled that, I have no clue how YouTube can sustain itself at all. I mean, by that logic, it means that the Louis Rossmann video that was made about me, because my video appears in that one, I'm allowed to copyright strike and take down that video? That's stupid. That's terrible. If other YouTubers make response videos to each other, the other should not be allowed to copyright strike the other's content just because they show the video they're reacting to. You know, a photo of one of these vlogs was in a PewDiePie video a long time ago, and my voice was used in a Shane Dawson video. Does that mean I get to copyright strike their channels just because they used my content? And by the way, neither of them credited me, so if you want to use the argument of you should be able to copyright strike someone if they don't credit you, no, that's not how it works. I mean, I'm all for getting to the source of things and being able to find the original poster, but there's a way that you can contact someone and say, hey, please credit me, and not have to take down the entire channel. I find that ridiculous. If anyone approaches me and says, hey, you used my photo, or this video you used that was taken by me, can you please credit me? I'm always more than happy to add them to the description, add them to the comments, give them a shout out. But it's ridiculous to assume that every single photo or video we ever use in our lifetimes all have to be sourced back to the original uploader. The internet is so expansive, there's so much content, it's not realistic to assume that we can always find the original source. And again, I just want to reiterate that, you know, someone taking your entire video and just re-uploading it with no transformation, no commentary of any kind, that should be handled differently than someone just making a thoughtful piece on a subject and wanting to refer to what someone else said or wanting to refer to a photo that someone took. That should not be punished. And it was really terrifying getting that second copyright strike, which I got on my 22nd birthday, by the way. It was February 17th when I got the second copyright strike, which meant that if I got another copyright strike from some other channel or the same guys, would have resulted in not just Tailosive EV, but all of the Tailosive channels being deleted. And I don't know what I would have done if that would have happened. I guess maybe revamp the Patreon and move a bunch of stuff to Twitch and stuff like that, because like I said, YouTube wouldn't want me to come back and they would ban me if I tried to be applied to monetization again. So it would be really frustrating and it would be really sad losing all of that content that I've worked so hard on and losing the audience that so many people have watched for years and years and years. I was terrified that that could happen at any moment. And the period of having 2 active copyright strikes for me lasted several months. The second copyright strike didn't expire until May 17th, so just a couple days ago. Now, luckily, about 6 weeks back, the original copyright strike that the first guy gave me, that he said he contacted YouTube and asked them to remove it, YouTube just took their sweet time. They finally got around to removing it, but still, there was about a 4-week period there where 2 active copyright strikes were still present. So I don't know why it took so long for YouTube to remove the first copyright strike, but eventually, yes, they did. And that was a huge sigh of relief. And then I didn't want to make this video until the last active copyright strike was removed. So if you notice a bunch of EV videos getting taken down, that's why. It's because they had a lot of photos and videos that I wasn't quite sure if someone was going to abuse the system again and copyright strike me. Unrightfully so. I didn't even care if it was right or not. I just didn't want YouTube to go through the steps of, well, he got 3 copyright strikes, got to take down all his channels now. It was really, really scary. So I'm glad that everything worked out. The active copyright strikes have expired now, so everything's fine. But it really showcased how frail this whole YouTube copyright system is. I mean, do you think PewDiePie can reference every single video he uploads on his channel? I mean, finding sources and finding the credit for everyone, you know, if you can do it, that's great. And I think YouTube could build in features to the site that would make it a lot easier. You know, if they're capable of detecting what videos are reposting other content, then they should be able to list that beneath the description of a video. Like, hey, there's a clip in this video that here's the original source to, and you can click it down there. The solution should just not be, okay, let the original uploader know, and if they want to, they can delete that person's channel. That's not a great way to handle it. Knowing that, I have no clue how so many channels are able to stay afloat, given how easy it is to technically, you know, give out copyright strikes like that. So it's also been abused when people get a hold of Apple footage before Apple uploads something to YouTube, and they'll post it, and then other tech channels want to refer to that video that's from Apple, but because some random nobody uploaded it first, they get to issue copyright strikes, or they get to copyright claim or take down other channels' videos, even though this guy didn't make the video at all. He just grabbed it from Apple's website and put it on his channel before Apple got a chance to put it on YouTube. So there's so much fragility here, there's so much danger involved, that I am completely terrified of how easy it is for people to issue copyright strikes, me included. I should not be able to issue stuff like that. So it's a very broken system. time. You know, YouTubers have said this before, so I doubt me making this video is going to change anyone's mind at YouTube, but I wanted to tell you the story because it was really stressful and I was really scared, and it made me not take YouTube for granted anymore and realize that everything could be removed, everything could change very, very quickly because of YouTube's stupid policies and how they handle copyright issues, and it's all no liability on them. You know, it would be so simple if they just gave you a warning like, hey, this person wants to issue a copyright strike, you have 24 hours or whatever to change the video or edit that part out or take down the video, instead of just instantly activating the strike and not giving any warning. They didn't even email me when I got the strike. I didn't find out until I looked on my browser and it let me know in the dashboard settings. So crazy that something that dangerous and that impactful does not even get an email treatment, and there's basically no way to counteract it other than going to court, which if I would have lost my channels, I would have gone to court over this, and I think the judge would have clearly saw that it was under fair use, but so many legal fees and so much time involved with that, you know, I couldn't do it now. But if I had no YouTube channels to maintain anymore, I'd probably have a lot more free time on my hands. But it makes us grateful that we paid off our house and lowered our monthly expenses, because it means we can survive without YouTube if we need to. But yeah, that's a terrifying, stressful, and anxiety-filled story. It's been a rough year for us. You know, the copyright strikes really messed me up for a while, and then the COVID-19 stuff, you know, doesn't help either. So hope 2021 can be better, or hope the rest of 2020 can be better. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this vlog. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Take care.
Copyright strike.
Free!